Jai Hind everyone. I, Aastha Sharma from Computer Science and Engineering Department at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. And today I will be discussing about the OOPS concept with Java. And today topic is related to the collection framework. So as you all know, in Unit 1, we have learned about the basic structures of the Java, while we are learning about how the OOPS concept is just implemented in Java. Then in Unit 2, we will be discussing about the file handling byte stream systems, and also we will be discussing about the thread and the intercommunication system. In Unit 3, we have discussing about the Java new features. The new features will be the lambda expressions also, right? And also we have learned few Java versions features which we will be discussing about in the JDK 4.0, 4.11, right? And in Unit 4, in Java, OOPS concept is mainly discussing about the collection framework in Java. So let's here is the few agenda I will be discussing about the all collection framework we will be using, how we can create the object, how we can add the objects in the collection framework, and how we can call the at the backend of the compiler analysis. So first I will discuss about the collection, what is the collection and what is the use of the collection framework in Java. Then hierarchy, then there are few interfaces we will be discussing in collection, and the interface will be the iterator collection framework. In collection framework, we have list interface. List interface includes array list, linked list, vector, and stack. Another, we have the collection framework. The type is queue interface. Queue interface we will be discussing about the in queue interface is a DQ and the priority queue analysis, right? And in the set interfaces, I will be discussing about the hash set, linked hash set, sorted set, preset, map sets, right? And next we will discuss about the next interface, which is the sorting, and the lastly we will discussing about the comparable and the comparator interfaces. All these interfaces which will be implementing, and it is for just use. Why we will be using the collection? We will be using for the manipulating, searching, sorting, and influencing the data in the form of the data structure analysis, right? So the collection framework. So the collection in Java, it is just to give you the architecture that can be implemented in a various ways. So you can store and manipulate the group of the objects, right? And it also have some types of the operations also which we can be performing in the programming, which is the searching, sorting, insertion, manipulation, and the deletions of the objects, right? The third one we will be discussing about the collection interface. The collection interface, we will be having the list, set, map, and queues, which will be implemented, which is used which uses just to handling the data analysis. Next, we will be using the collection framework, which is used to just to provide the productivity and the making the code reusable analysis, right? Now, what is the framework in Java, right? Why will we be using the Java in collections, right? It is the ready-made architecture. It is a form of the data structure, right? It represents the set of the classes, interfaces also, and it also give you the architecture where you can manipulate the data as per the objects you have initialized in the programs, right? Next, here is the most important collection framework in Java. This is the first, the collection framework. The collection framework, it is not just which is used to give you the architecture where you can implement various operations. The operations will be the inserting, deletion, manipulation, and searching and sorting, right? Then we have the iteratable interface. Whatever the subclasses you have discussed, you have mentioned in the collection framework, all these can be implemented in the iteratable interface, right? Now, in collection, we have three childs, right? The number one, we have the list collection. The number two, we have the queue analysis. The number three, we have the set analysis, right? In list, we have few types of the, which you can say the few types of the classes you can implement it in this. So the classes, we have the array list classes. Next, we have the linked list classes. Next, we have the vector, and the stack can also implement it in the vectors, right? The next, we have queue. The queue have the classes is a priority queue where you need to give the some priority on the basis of the peak function, right? Peak method. Next, we have the DQ, which follow the two operations which we already learned in the data structure, which is the LIFO and the FIFO operations, right? Next, the array DQ can also implemented in the class which is the DQ operations, right? The lastly we have the collection framework is the set which is only used for the mathematical computations, right? Mathematical computation, as you already know, the mathematical computation in the class 10th and I think in class 12th you have already learned the intersection, right? Intersections, union and the difference. So in this we will be using few methods where you can use it in the programming language and perform some mathematical computation. It also give you the some unique values, right? The set will also give you the unique value, which means it removes the duplicacy in the data set, and it also implemented the class which is the classes hash set and the link set. So this is all about the collection framework in Java, which mainly give you the some type of the architecture, just like in the data structures, where you can implement the object in such a way where perform some type of the operation, which is the insertion, deletion, manipulation, searching and sorting, right? Next understand the number one interface, which is the iteratable interface, right? Iteratable interface, it is one of the root interface that is used for the collections, and it is the collection where you can perform the iteratable, where all the subclasses can be executed and implemented in the iteratable interface. How you can which contain the one abstract method, right? Once you have defined the iterable, you need to define the one abstract method in the form like iteratable functions, right? And also iterator over the element of the type T, which can returns the elements, right? Next we have list, right? We understand the collection where you can perform and manipulate the data. Collection can, all the subclasses can be performed in a iteratable. And next we have the list. List can perform various types of the classes. The classes we have the array classes, the classes we have the linked classes, where you can make the numerous ways of the objects and call the objects in the collection frameworks analysis, right? Next we have the vector, and it can also implemented the stack, right? So all these can be discussed in the list analysis. So list, it is one of the child of the collection framework, right? Interface that inhibits the types of the data structure you have discussed in the list. It is store and order the collection in such a way where the duplicacy is also allowed in this. How you can initiate that interface in the list form? All you need to just write the list, the type of the data you need to input. Either you can type of the data in the integer form, either you need the float form, either you need in a string form, right? The type and the object you have created, right? The list one and the new array list. In this way, you can create the new form of analysis, new object where you can put the elements while using the list one, right? Next, similarly, you can do with the linked list, stack and vector, right? Let's understand with the help of the example. First, all you need to import the packages. The package I have imported in this, the input output packages, right? Asterisk, which means it is used here, which can import all the classes related to the input output packages, right? Next, we have imported the second packages, which is the util packages. Same, all the subclasses can be imported with the help of the util packages. Next, we created the some class. The class you have seen, just like the class GFG or the class A. Next, we started with the main method. In main method, you need to declare the array, right? Array. How you can initialize the array in the form of the collection? You need to create the objects, right? So all you just need to do array list, the type of the integer, and we will give you some name, right, to the object, which is the AL, and new object integer is created. In this, either you can just write in the form of AL dot add of the value integer, right? Or you can just put the sum iterate also, right? So the iteration we have using like int I equal to 1 and I less than equal to 5 and incremented the value by using the add of the I, right? Next, we will just give some command of the printing the AI. AL object you have declared. Then if you needed to remove some type of the element, all you just need to write is just dot remove. So we will use AL, the method we have created objects. So AL dot remove. What value you need to remove? You just need to write here and it remove with the value, right? Next, you just needed to print, giving the some print commands, and then we will using the in the form of the one by one printing the element. We just need to write the loop command, right? So this is the output of the previous example. Let's understand the next is a linked list. It can implemented in the collection framework, which is also uses in the doubly linked list. So in this we will using either the single pointer or the double pointer. The single pointer which points to the next element, and the double pointer which will be used to the previous element. So this is the type of the linked list we have discussed in the data structures, right? Let's understand with the example. Similarly, you have created in the array list, same also can be implemented in the linked list. First, imported the packages. After importing the packages, you need to just created the class. After creating the class, in main method, you need to declare the object creation. Object creation, while we were using the object creation is just used for to just adding the element in the form of the linked list, right? So just simply write the my list. So my list dot adding the integer, adding the elements, the type you have declared here is string. So either you can declare in the int also, right? While using the loop, you just giving the printing command. So this is the output of the analysis, right? This is the output, right? It's by mistakes. Next, we have the vector. Vector, it is a synchronized and it is a resizable array which can be implemented in the list interface, and it also can be synchronized by using the thread set that can be implemented in the multi-threaded environment, and it also leads to the performance overlapping, making the alternative approach of the single-handed analysis. Next, the uses, it can be used in a various thread from analysis, very dynamic also, where you can resizable array can be implemented, and the method you can be implemented in this, the add, remove, and getting the synchronized of the analysis, right? Next, we have the stack. Stack, it can stack, which means that can follow the LIFO principle, which is the last in first out, right? Where it can be implemented in the package of the java.util packages. How you can created the new object in this? By using the stack, the name of the stack, the new stack will be implemented. Let's understand with the help of the example. First, you need to import the packages. The packages can be, if you wanted to implement it, the stack, all you need to import the packages, which is the util packages. After importing the util packages, you need to create the class. The class is created, and after creating the class in main method, you need to declare the creation of the object. The creation of the object, you need to declare the type of the object. After declaring the type of the object, you need just to created the new object of the stack, and in this you need to add the element one by one while giving the command while using the element. So in this stack we will be using the push. If you need to remove the element, you just needed to write the pop, right? In the form of insertion and the deletion, we will be using push and pop operations, right? So while using the push element, that element in the stack is added 20, 13, 89, 19. If you needed to implement it, the popping of one of the element, you just need to write the pop of the element can be popped, and if it finds any type of the exception error, all you just need to write the throw exception, where it can catch, with the help of the catch keyword, can resolve the error exceptions, right? And after this, we will just giving the pushing operations command, where you can implement it, where you can giving the, invoking the push method also, and it also can giving the one of the modified stacks also, where you can perform the pop operations. While using the pop operations, where you can implement it by using stack void pop, and the stack of the pop can be implemented by using the giving the print command, right? If you needed to invoking subtype of the pop method, all you just need to write it just to print the command and just write it the stack method, right? So this is the examples. This is the example of the stack. Here is the output of the programming language, right? Next, understand is the queue interface. So till now we have discussed about the collections, right? Where you can modify the element on the basis of the searching, sorting and insertion, right? In this, we have discussed about the iteratable, where all the subclasses defined in the collection can be implemented in the iteration. And the collection has a 3 child. The number one, that is the list. The list has few classes. The classes which will be the array, the classes will be the linked list, the classes will be the stack, and the classes will be the vector, right? Next, we have the queue, right? Queue interface. Queue interface which follows the FIFO principles, FIFO operations, just like in the data structure, first in, first out. If you needed to initiate the interface in the collection, all you just need to write the queue, the type of the string, type of the data you need to put in the interface, the type, the creation of the object, new data is created. Now, this is the example where you need just to write the linked list, importing the packages, linked list queue after creating the example of the class, one by one adding the elements in the classes. Then after that, printing the queue of the element. Then in here, if you needed to remove, you just write the remove command. Here the elements can be removed. And if you needed to add any type of the data, updating the any type of the data, all you just need to write the queue.add. And if you needed some type of the specific element, if in the priority basis, all you need to write the peak command, right? Peak method is used to initialize the any type of the priority basis of the queue analysis, right? So this is the example of the analysis. Priority queue, it is the class that can be defined in the collection, which is used framework, which is will give you the processing of the data on the basis of the priority, as we have discussed in the queue also. It also discussed in the operating system also, right, which follow the principle of the FIFO patterns, which we'll be using in the Java queues, and it's sometimes also called the processing according to the basis of the priority analysis, the data you have mentioned in the programmings, right? Next, we have the program. Again, you need to import the package util, then created the class. After creating the class in main method, you need to declare the priority queue. Priority queue, it can be declared with the help of the type of the data. You need to mention the new creation of the priority queue generated, right? Interface is created, and in this new interface, you need to add the element. While giving the add command, you just give the adding the element, and if you need to perform the priority queue in the programming, all you just need to write the peak command. As you can see, the peak command can be implemented in this. After peak, if you need to remove any type of the data, while using just write the dot remove data, the data can be removed from the top of the stack or top of the queue, right? This is the example output of the program. Next, we have the DQ, right? The DQ in queue, it implemented the queue, priority queue. Also, it can implemented the class, which is the, interface queue, which is the DQ, which follow the two principle. That principle is the LIFO and the FIFO principle, which is the last in, first out, plus first in, first out principle, which means it has the both hand. The both hand can be form of the insertion and the deletion. Insertion and deletion both happened at the both side. That is, also it follow the LIFO and FIFO principles, right? Same example. First, you need to import the packages. The package we have imported, util. The class we have imported in the util, which is the DQ, right? Next, again, also imported the class, that is the array DQ, right? We are performing the two analysis. After creating, you just need to define the DQ operations, the type of the creation of the new array. While using the add method, add last, add first, we will be using the this, like in this manner. Like we will be using the add first. The first we will be added apple, add last we will be using the banana, add first. So A is shifted to there, then it will be using the orange, right? In this way it can be implemented. At last mango, so the B is here and the mango is there. So in this way you can put the elements to be added by using the last and the first analysis, right? So just simply give, if you needed to give you some priority, all you just need to write the peak first or peak last. And if you want to removing some type of the element from the both hand, all you just need to write the pole first. In this we will be using the pole. Pole method is used in the DQ to just to remove the element, whatever the element you needed to remove from the data or the array analysis, right? In the DQ analysis, right? So by using the pole first or the pole last, you can remove the elements, right? After removing, just simply giving the print command to print the all the data. So this is the output of the program, right? Next, we have the last is the set, right? Till now, we have discussed about the collection. The collection has implemented the interface, that is the iteratable, right? Iteratable interface can be implemented, and the collection has the 3 childs, right? Collection has 3 child. The 3 child has, number 1 is the list. The list has few classes can be implemented. The class can be implemented, that is array. Next, it is implemented the linked list. Next, it is implemented the vector. Next, it is implemented the stack, right? All this can be discussed with the help of the programming languages, as you know, it is discussed, right? Next, we have second child, that is the queue, that implement the data structure principle, which is the FIFO, right? And in this, we have learned about the classes which is the priority queue, right? And it also implemented the interface that is called the DQ, right? The DQ also perform the few operations, that is the LIFO and the FIFO. The last we have the collection framework is the set. Set basically used for the mathematical computation, and it has the can be implemented in the util packages also, and it does not allow any duplicacy in the referred interface analysis. It avoids some type of the insertion of the new element, and the sorted set, navigable set, 2 sets can extend the set implementations, right? So the set operation has the 3 operation, which is the insertion, union, and difference. Insertion, all you need to write, if you want to perform the insertion, all you need to write is just insertion for retain all method, and if you wanted to perform union, all you just need to write add all, and if you needed to difference while deleting the value, all you just need to write the remove all, right? So adding, returning, and removing the elements. So these 3 methods can be implemented. Let's understand with the help of the example. So this is the operations where you can perform the set example. First, you need to import the packages. After importing the packages, we have imported the packages, that is the util, and asterisk is used all the related to the util classes imported with the help of the asterisk. Next, we created the class. The class is the set operations. In main method, you need to declare the set, right? Because we will be using the set, so we need to perform the insertion, union, and difference, which means we will be using the retain all method, right? Add all method and remove all method in this program, which means, right? So after declaring the set 1, set 2, which means A and B, you just declare the type is the integer type, right? Declared, right? After that, we need to create the new object, new interface where you can add the element, right? So by using the set, the type, the set 1, the new hash set will be created. Hash set we will be using where the new duplicacy is allowed. So it give you the unique number, right? No duplicacy allowed, right? While using the set 1 dot add, so that we will be adding the set, which is the set is A, right? While referring the list A. Similarly, we will be initializing the interface of the S2, which means the set 2, and we will be giving the reference of the list B. So in this, we can created the interface where we added the simply sets in this object, right? After adding the object, we need to find the union. In union, we just needed to perform the add all. So we just declare in this, we just declare like the set union of data, creation of union. If you need to perform, you just need to create the union. After creating the union, hash set can be implemented, and in this union we just need to perform the method, which is the add all method. After giving add all, we just giving the simply printing the command. After printing the command, we need to perform the intersection where we need to perform the retain all, which give you the unique element. So Similarly, initializing the set, the type of the integer, intersection of the data, we just giving the object name, the intersection data, new hash set, integer of set 1 created. After creating, we just giving the retain all of the set 2. The set 2 we have discussed here, right? This set 2 calling in this. Next, we have performed the difference. In difference, we just needed to remove the element. So we just simply use the remove all method. So again, similarly, we'll using the finding the difference of set 1, set 2, just initializing the new object in the form of the interface. After creating by using the set integer, then the differences of the data, giving the name of the objects, new hash set of the set 1 is created. After initializing, you just need simply write the difference data, as you can put the name of the object difference dot remove all. Remove all what? Set 1 or set 2? We just simply giving the set 2. So the set 2 is removing all the data can be removed, and lastly we just giving the print command of the difference set 1, and we will giving the difference data set. So this is the output of the set examples where we perform the 3 operations. The 3 operation is the union operation, the intersection operation, and the difference operation, right? All you just to remember the method, what kind of method need to be implemented. In union, you just needed to write the add all method, right? And in intersection, you just needed to write the retain all, and in difference, you just needed to write the remove all method. So all these discuss about the collection interface or the collection framework in Java. So it is basically used for manipulating the data while using the operation. The operation will be the insertion, deletion, and manipulating, searching, and sorting. All these can be uses in the Java, which you need to create it. Helps to move the objects, and it created the interface where you can create the object and adding the element in such a way, right? So this is all about the collection framework, where till now we have discussed about the collection framework, iteratable interface, list interface, queue interface, and set interface, right? Thank you and Jai Hind.